Growing up as the fat kid. Now, I know that only a select few of you have probably had this experience in your lifetime. And me, back in my elementary school days, I was that kid. And I definitely had a whole lot of chub to me. Whoa, not like that. No. So baby Burdie was born a plate cleaner. Off rip. Like, it was not looking good. I don't remember how much I weighed, but all I know is I had some chubby ass cheeks in my baby pictures. Now, some people in the comments were like, bro, your bird is dead ass built like a bowling ball. And this bowling ball looking at bird, yeah, it represents my build as a kid. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, as a baby, I would sit in my little high top chair, and whenever my parents would put down any kind of vegetable or food with like a squishy texture, kind of like mashed potatoes, I would cry and knock the food right off the table because I wanted nothing to do with it. That's right, I was already crying for Oreo cakesters when I was 2 years old. Now, if a lot of you have watched my videos in the past, you will know that I was a fiend for Oreo cakesters. And this is very true. This was my favorite snack. And every day after school, I would eat one of these. And we'll get to that later. And as I would grow up, my family made sure I was fed well. And sometimes way too well. Every time I would go to my grandmother's house, all I would eat was meatballs, ice cream, and cookies. That was it. Like, I was always walking out of there with a lean gun. It was crazy. I was on my Nick Avocado timing. Like, I was dead ass rolling out of that bitch. When I was like 5 or 6 years old, I had just finished a bowl of ice cream. And now me, not really knowing how to control myself, and also not knowing how the fuck to say no, I threw a lot of ice cream in that bowl. And definitely not enough for a first grader to handle. But my grandmother, she probably had no idea how much I had just ate, right? So she told me, oh, go get some more. So I did. I got more, even though I felt sick to my stomach. And you know, if we do some analysis onto why I got more, I think I know the answer. I was too fucking stupid to realize that eating too much has consequences. I had no idea. I should have learned that before I was 5 years old, but I was a little bit slow apparently. But after I ate that second bowl of ice cream, I was so fucking full that my body just could not take it. So I ran to the bathroom and just started throwing up everywhere. I was hurling all over the bathroom floor. I completely missed the toilet. I really had some stormtrooper ass aim, bro. So my aunt and my grandma had to clean it up because my stupid ass didn't know how to say, I feel sick to my stomach right now. I can't eat anymore. The next morning, I had school. And although I cried my heart out to try and skip school, it didn't work. They were like, all right, bro, you're being a fucking wimp. Just go to school. Now, I would have to endure fat jokes, unfortunately. And although I definitely could not take it, I was a sensitive kid. And believe me, bro, one time I was on the bus with my brother, the duck. We were sitting there, and then a kid just points at us and calls us tubby. And this absolutely broke me. I was devastated. As a young first or second grader, I wanted to impress the older kids. I wanted to be cool. I was over there thinking school was like fucking High School Musical, so I started breaking down crying, and I was yelling for the bus driver, but the bus driver didn't give a f. She did not give a single shit. Hey, can you kids shut the fuck up back there? I don't know what kind of commotion you got going on, but I'm trying to smoke a ciggy over here. Jesus Christ. Of course, I was devastated by this news that I was in fact, quote, tubby. There was only one other time I got called fat in school, surprisingly. It was probably because the whole no bullying movement or whatever, but every single time I got called fat, I would literally have like some kind of mental breakdown. After school was over, I literally sat in the car for 2 hours and just cried until my dad came to cheer me up. But another school struggle that I had to endure was gym class. See, of course, my Oompa Loompa build was not going to help me out in gym class. We would always do like this pacer test thing at the end of every quarter, and I literally got 20 on the test. 20. That's it. I had no endurance whatsoever. But if the gym teacher was putting donuts at the other end of the gym, oh, I would have been running there like Usain Bolt. No question about it. Then I would see kids just straight up stunt on the class. They would just get like 110, 120, and they would just run laps around all of us. There was always that dude that kept going, no matter if he was the last one or not. Like, just stop, bro. Like, I get it. I get it, bro. I can't run at all. You don't have to flex on me like that. But in elementary school, running was essential to your popularity. The kids that would run the fastest would get the most girls in school. Whoever could run the fastest at recess was really him. So of course, I was trying to improve my running skills. So at this point, I was in 3rd grade. A couple of years had passed. I was sick of having a lean gut and a double chin, bro. I hated it. Like, my gut was always hanging out of my shirt and shit, and I had the plumber first crack going. And of course, I wanted to get on this weight loss arc, but there was one problem with that. My diet was horrible. I would never drink water. Like, I literally drank lemonade and apple juice. That was my water. But as for food, yeah, it was even worse, bro. I would come home every day to a boatload of sugary snacks. It just didn't matter what day it was. The cabinets were being raided. Not only that, but I would always beg my mom to cook up pizza rolls or bagel bites. I would go to the doctor's office every single year for the checkup that you have to do, right? She would always ask me, hey, are you eating any fruits and vegetables? Like, bro, just look at me. Do you really think I'm eating any fruits and vegetables? Just look at my build. There was no fruit or vegetables within a 10-foot radius of my body, bro. And yeah, I would always have to answer no, because there is no way in fuck my body is coming into contact with a fruit or a vegetable. And they used to run tests to see like if you're growing at the correct rate for your age and shit. And my weight category was way higher. I mean, shit, bro, that kind of makes sense considering I was a fucking sugar fiend. Like, for the weight category, I was dead ass obese. Like, I was way over the weight limit. So, yeah, as you could tell, bro, I was absolutely cooked, bro. I was not making it out the cell anytime soon. Whenever we'd go to, like, parties or events, I would always be camping at the food table. That was me, bro. I was that one fucking kid getting seconds, thirds, fifths at this goddamn point. I was really locked in on trying to get to eat. Then I would always come home and then complain about having a really bad stomach ache. And I really couldn't sleep throughout the night because of it. And shit, man, you really want to know why? Huh, I don't know. Maybe it's because you ate 4 hot dogs, a bunch of candy and donuts and a bunch of other shit. I don't know. Like, even though, like, yeah, I was exercising, I was like swimming around at this kid's pool party, but I still ate way too much than my body could handle. Like, you gotta know your limits, bro, or else you're gonna be up at night feeling like you're on the verge of throwing up. And oh yeah, I definitely did throw up. No matter how good food is, man, you gotta limit yourself, bro. And that's really what I had to learn. But yeah, my diet was horrible, and I wasn't gonna get anywhere with that diet. And I didn't exercise either. I would sit on my ass and play Mario Galaxy for hours of the day. I dead ass didn't do anything else. I would just sit on the Wii all day. And speaking of the Wii, one time when I went to my friend's house, they got the Wii Fit board. It was new at the time, and I wanted to try Wii Fit, all right? Like, I wanted to see what fitness skill set I was working with here. And you know how Wii Fit gives you like a ranking based on like how good your balance is, coordination skills, things of that nature? They gave me obese. But yeah, one of my friends, who some of y'all may know, that goes by the name of Cloud9, wanted to talk a little bit about his experiences growing up as the fat kid.
You know, growing up as the fat kid isn't that bad until everybody starts noticing that you're fat. Like, I've been fat most of my life. Like, not my 600-pound life fat or obese. I've just always been chubby. And for a while I was younger, I kind of got away with it because people just read it off as, like, baby fat. But by the time I got around 7 and 8, people started noticing that baby fat wasn't coming off, bro. Like, it was still on me. I remember the first time I got called fat. It was at a summer camp that I used to go to all the time. I was hanging out with some of my summer camp friends, quote-unquote summer camp friends. I don't really talk to them now. And we were just talking about random things. And out of nowhere, one guy in the group just looked at me and laughed. And naturally, I asked, why did he laugh? He was like, bruh, I just noticed, why the hell are you so chubby, bruh? And then everybody in the friend group just started laughing. And when I say laughing, I mean like they were like hysterically laughing. Like they was over here on their knees, wheezing, holding each other. You know, the typical black people laugh. Yeah, they was doing that. And in that situation, all you can really do is just kind of chuckle and just sit there awkwardly. If you try to retaliate, all they have to say is, bruh, you're fat. Stop talking to me. Another thing that happened to me a lot that truly really just did piss me off was whenever I was eating around my quote-unquote friends, if I started eating a little bit too fast or I ate a little bit too much, everybody would just stop what they're doing and just stare at me. There was always that one guy who always said, hey bro, is it good? And then everybody just started laughing. Or they'll say something like, hey bro, the food ain't gonna run away from you. We not in Africa. Like, bro, if you don't shut the fuck up, let me enjoy my food. You over here eating a lot too. I see them M&Ms, bitch. I feel like the worst part about being fat is no matter what, you really have a disadvantage at roasting people. Because I've seen some fat people flame the shit out of other people, right? They over here on their ass roasting them and shit. But all that other person has to do is bring out the good old reliable and everybody's finna start laughing. Because as a fat person, being fat will always be the common made joke against you, bro. You can just be a bystander laughing away at the jokes. And as soon as one person starts losing, they will always hit you with that, oh, I know you ain't talking, Mr. Raw the Wave. Mr. Fat Albert. And even if it's a bad joke, people are gonna start laughing. When you're fat, especially when you're growing up, all the girls will just avoid you. No, they will actively just try to like avoid talking to you or just looking at you or just being in your vicinity. They'll treat you like you got the plague or something. But as an elementary student, when I was fat, none of the girls wanted to hang around me. Like, it could be a bunch of girls and guys in a group. As soon as I waddle over, all the hoes would just flee like EDP came. Shit was insane, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But besides that, that's pretty much it for me. Appreciate you, Burdie, for having me on here. And go follow me on my channel. And also go check out my streams on Twitch. But besides that, I'm out, boy.
Yeah, that was the fattest wake-up call I've gotten in my entire life. And as you know, I really took this to heart. The Wii was my life's craft at this point. So I wanted to exercise more. I really wanted to become fit. So yeah, at this point, I knew changes had to be made, bro. I was sick of people picking on me in school and shit. And I was also sick of running out of breath so goddamn fast. And one time, bro, my uncle deadass just patted me on the stomach. And he's like, you're growing up real fast, kid. But yeah, man, at that point in my life, bro, that was an absolute blow to the ego. So I'm like, at this point, I gotta do something. So I started exercising. And what I realized was my parents had a treadmill in a little spare room upstairs. So you bet your ass every day I was cooking up. And now, yeah, the first couple of days I could literally only do 5-10 minutes because I had no endurance. But nevertheless, my parents walked in and they were like, holy shit, you're actually running? Wow, I'm proud of you. But yeah, bro, little did they know, every time I would see a Shaun T commercial, bro, like for this ab training thing, oh, I was locked in, bro. I'm like, damn, I want abs just like Shaun T. Look at him. And then I realized, I'm like, shit, I gotta have that kind of build if I want to attract the ladies when I'm older. I wanted to be Shaun T, bro. Shaun T was my idol. I wanted the DVDs, bro. I would beg my parents and they were like, no, you don't need it. I was on my search up a YouTube tutorial on how to get abs in 5 minutes type shit. But what they didn't understand was the lore behind this, like why I was trying to exercise more. I wanted to be the coolest kid in school, and I wanted to be able to compete with all the kids that were getting like 120 on their pacer test. Eventually in like 4th or 5th grade, I think, I was able to lose a lot of weight. I was legit like 80 pounds as a 3rd grader. And my parents noticed. They're like, shit, Burdie, you're losing weight. What the fuck? I don't really remember how much time it took me, but honestly, it came pretty easy for me. But for a lot of people, it's so difficult to lose weight. And it's probably because I didn't really even fucking try until I started running, to be honest with you. Like, I was just a bum. Like, I didn't even exercise at all, bro. I went from 80 pounds to 60. So yeah, I lost a shit ton of weight. But at this point in my life, I was so hyped because I was no longer the fat kid. And I was one of the fastest kids in school. But I still wasn't popular at all. If you enjoyed this video, you will most definitely enjoy my streams on Twitch. I'm going live tonight, and I'm going to be going live pretty frequently. So I'll drop a follow.